So, last time I persuaded you guys to watch anime and told you how great it was, but now I'm gonna tell you guys what anime is great and what animes are not. I don't wanna set the bar too high, therefore I'm gonna start with a little simple, but still good 7 out of 10 anime. Sword Art Online. There are 4 seasons to this anime. The first season is where the main character Kirito gets trapped inside a game where people fight with swords and has to defeat the developer of the game to then let everyone escape the game. And his girl Asuna and some of his friends who I don't remember help him. First season is actually one of my favorite seasons. Well, the first 12 episodes of the seasons, those were good. Then the last 12 episodes, they were terrible. I'm not gonna lie, but it all leads up to something in the end. The second season is basically the exact same, but a lot more shit. Now they've somehow incorporated guns, but don't worry, they still have the swords. And they're not trapped in the game. Now they have some form of control. And for a bit of it, Kirito's a bitch. And that is one thing that annoys me. But he did a Drake and flip the switch. One thing I did forget to mention about season 1 of Sword Art Online, if they died in the game, they died in the real world. However, in Sword Art Online season 2, if they died in the game, they were still alive in the real world. But obviously, as I mentioned earlier on, the second season is absolutely terrible. And advise you to skip it because it doesn't link to the following 2 seasons, which are great, by the way. Like when I watched Sword Art Online season 2, I was struggling to get through it. The only good thing about it is the bad bitches. Like no homo, even Kirito was bad.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Anyways, let's move on to season 3. This is where it gets good. So in season 3, it's called Sword Art Online Alicization. And this season, I'm not gonna lie, it's great. Obviously, it's not as good as the first season because the first season was original, generic, like so unique, never seen before. And the other 2 seasons that I just named are just the exact same thing as the first season, but just different premise, sort of. Although it's the same as the other 2 seasons, it's different as well because now there's different characters, they're in a different world. It's just great. Like it feels like you're watching another anime, but you know it's still Sword Art Online because it's the same story. But you're like, it's not like season 2 where you're annoyed, it's like the same thing. Like in season 3, you're like, okay, it's the same thing, but this shit is hard. And best of all, the animation.
For sure, you're right on. For sure, you're right on. 10. God bless y'all. Y'all having an amazing night.
Like A1 Pictures was in their bag with this season 3. I'm sorry, A1 Pictures, I wasn't really familiar with your game. Like I don't know who let A1 Pictures cook, but whoever did deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. So I'm gonna summarize it. There's no point because you guys probably know what it's gonna be about, but I'll do it anyway. So basically, Kirito's in this game. He's not trapped, and now he has to defeat the administrator, the purple-haired girl, who is fine as hell, to escape. That's all there really is to it. He meets his friend and Alice. His friend meets a tragic demise to sacrifice himself. And then, yeah, as you already know, he wins. He's the main character who got plot armor. You know how it is. But let's talk about the administrator though. Like the things I do to her, you don't even understand. Like I'd only need 5 minutes with her alone. Gee, now it's time for season 4. I'm gonna be so real. This shit was not good in any way, shape, or form. Don't get me wrong. It's nowhere near as bad as season 2. Like, you should still watch it. Like, it has some good fight scenes. It's decently interesting, but it's only 12 episodes. And the creators knew to make it only 12 episodes because this season was arse. Imagine 24 episodes of this arse. Oh my days, I could not hack it. But don't get me wrong, the animations were hard. But they were like the same as season 3, so there was nothing really to gas about. But yeah, the final fight was good, but that's really it. So basically, the main character Kirito is in the underworld and he needs to get Alice out the underworld and himself out the underworld, and then he defeats Gabriel, the villain, and then they all escape the underworld and they live happily ever after. Actually, I changed my mind. SAO is a solid 6 out of 10. Well, that's a wrap for today. You lot stay blessed.